As we dread, welcome back to part 2. You know, it should be like 60 minutes, or yeah, 60 minutes at least. But back on part 2 for the tattoos, because I didn't do that video, that topic, any justice, because it was kind of short-lived and there's just a little short. Before I saw it right there and I'm like, but so, you know, when you have an apprentice do your tattoo, she did it. I was on, my number was, I think 6. It's either 6 or 9. I can't remember the setting. It was either 6 or 9. But it was supposed to be on the right arm to begin with. And because I'm a redneck and I'm country based, like inside, it was a rebel Confederate heart, and it had flash wings, and there was 5 stars with the little, you know, lines and the banner, and it had my husband's name in it because he's the father of my children. And she did it on the wrong arm because when she sketched it on the paper, it was backwards. And it was really small. You know, I wanted it not huge, but big enough to where you could see it. And, you know, the guy who she was apprentice for, he was like a good friend of ours, but he's like, I can do it if you want me to do it. And I'm like, no, give the girl a chance. Need to say, it's so small, you can't see the banner, it's blurred kind of, and I gotta get it redone. It was like, I think I paid like $60 to get it done, $80 to get it done. But when they're putting something on you, it could make you or break you. You know, you're either gonna take the chance and you're gonna let him do it, or you're gonna be like, well, I'm paying some good money for this, so I want it done right, and I want it to look good, and I don't want to have to go and get it refinished or fixed. You know, the whole world will see it. If it's messed up, you know, as an artist, that's got to be damaging a lot. And a lot tattoo leather for a while until they get really good at it. You know, to get much practice, you want to tattoo leathers, stuff with that thickness and consistency, to practice and to perfect your craft. Because when you're putting stuff out there, it's going to, you know, the whole world's going to see it. People all over is going to see it. And you want them to be like, oh, that's sick. Where'd you get it done? Give me the number, you know. You want them to turn them on to your work. And I know practice makes perfect, but that should be like on leathers and stuff, not on somebody that has to possibly go get it lasered off to get it removed. And it's not disrespect towards you, it's just maybe they're getting a lot of lash from it, you know? You know? And 3D tattoos, are pretty intricate. They're pretty detailed, you know? And to pull that off, you really need to be level-handed and patient and focused. Because if you slay it, more will come for ink work, and it's bad if it's bad, it can break your reputation as an artist. You'll be able to pin the amateurs from the pros. And I mean no disrespect when I say that at all, by any means, because, you know, maybe your work is not that great, but you're proud of it. You know, it means something to you, you know? People all over the world are gonna see it, and you're like, I feel like I've made an accomplishment. Okay, but make sure you take the time out. You wanna, like, it's gonna sound a little off, but you kinda wanna, like, romanticize your tattoo that you're putting on. Because if you're really into it, and you're really vibing it, you know, really detailed, make sure everything is freaking on point, then they're gonna come back for more. They're gonna come back for more work. They're gonna turn their friends on, their family on, their spouses on to come back for more. Because they like what they've seen. And they want something like that too. You know, I've learned researching marketing online on my own time for 6 months on my mobile devices. And I didn't realize how much it had to do with the world and the things in it. But it has so much to do with it that I didn't even realize, because, you know, you want to market your tattoo shop or your flash art or whatever it is. Again, like I said about all other things, is utilize your social medias, your outlets. You know, Instagram. I guess MySpace is still a thing. Who knew? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, well, X, you know, TikTok. You know, just share it through your friends, you know. Maybe you take your flash art book down to a tattoo parlor and you're like, hey, would you be interested in checking out my flash art? And you might be surprised. They might want to hang some of your art up on the wall. And some people would be like, I want that. Be creative. Be driven. Be outgoing. Just, you know. And don't take no shit from nobody, though. They want to down your work and they want to criticize you. Well, you want to turn around and walk out, because the person or the artist that wants to criticize your work, instead of saying, well, this is good. I mean, you could work on the lines, or you could, you know, giving you pointers. There's nothing wrong with that. But somebody who just wants to downright criticize your hard work and efforts that you put into that flash, you don't want to do business with them and work with them. If they're giving you healthy criticism, positive criticism, that's way different. But this is going to be on your body for the rest of your life unless you get it lasered. So, I hope you liked this video. I don't get the whole 20 people unfollowed me. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Like, maybe I talk about things that, you know, it was all about that. Tell me who I should vote for. You know, I think it takes a big person to ask her community of who they think that she should vote for. I mean, you know, I'm not being biased. I just want to make sure I'm doing good by voting for the right person. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate and I love every single one of you. You're all rock stars. Until next time, thank you.